Hello everyone, Gunter Talks here, and welcome back to another episode of Gunter Talks. No, seriously. And okay, this is a kind of a special episode for a number of reasons because should be uploaded on Friday, September 18th, which happens to be my birthday. Hey, happy birthday to me. Oh God, I'm actually almost 30. Can't believe I'm actually almost 30. Happy birthday to me. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Even though I'm pretty much close to being 30, I'm really happy of where my life is right now. So, can't really say really much of other can't really speak either, so but yeah, I guess I'm kind of excited because I recently, to tell you my life up to this point, I got a new PC. I definitely got a new PC to try some stuff out, namely downloading OBS so I can finally get a better streaming thing going on. And I know the premiere of my new streaming setup probably already happened since I'm uploading this like later tonight afterwards. But excuse me. Yeah, this is very exciting. I'm actually happy. I'm very happy of how things like turned out as far as like the streaming situation and being able to save up for this type of equipment, even though it's very small compared to like how things can be like in the future. This is still a really big step in regards to my streaming and also recording for the podcast, because currently I'm using OBS to record my podcasts so that I can have a slightly better audio situation going on, because it actually now has built-in compressor, has a built-in noise gate, noise suppression, and gains, and I can fix and tweak as much as I like. And yeah, it'll definitely have a better sound experience than I believe my last podcast, where I just recorded off of the Windows Movie Maker recording, which yeah, I still use that. It does what I need to do, except when it crashes multiple times to edit multiple parts of a video. But you know what? I just have to deal with it because that's what I got. Um, Other than that, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. And hope you guys enjoyed the stream if you've seen it already, and also if you like the audio quality of this podcast. Truly, thank you guys to check out both of them, and I'm really excited. Just yeah, I'm just straight up excited. You can just can't see how giddy I am, but you could probably hear it. You can probably hear it in my voice. But we got a topic to talk about here in this little podcast I've created. Mainly because um I feel like this topic came a little earlier than I kind of originally planned, but since we got a little jump of a situation that I wasn't honestly prepared for, might as well talk about VTubers. Yes, VTubers. Why would I talk about VTubers right now? Well, it was gonna happen eventually, but right now, literally like a week ago, we have new VTubers in Hololive named the English Hololive English, or hashtag Hololive Holomyth, which comprised of 4 mythical creature s type themed VTubers with a Sherlock Holmes archetype, and they are all amazing. They are all amazing at what they do. My current favorite is Grar. Grar. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing. It's Grar. I'm gonna say Grar. Grar. Shock. Oh, I love her. I love the way she talks. She's so precious speaking. And my second favorite is honestly a tie between Watson and Morty. Watson, of course, is the Sherlock Holmes archetype, but the way she speaks is so good. It good in a way it just makes me feel happy. But Morty, I love her like just forward, like straight up forward dominance for the most part of her how she speaks, and the fact that she can rap so like like the here's the thing. I do like rap, and it actually depends on certain rap because I'm an old man. I like the old style hip hop rap back in like Straight Outta Compton, or probably something around that time frame, either slightly earlier or a little bit afterwards. Not much so today's rap, but I mean honestly, what can you do? But yeah, um, I'm just gonna say that um, people like what they like, and I like Morty. I like Morty. I like the three songs that she's put out right now. I believe she's by the end of this week she's gonna pull out a full track list, or an album I should say, a full self album by the end of this week. Probably by when this podcast recording has come out. So definitely go and check her out. I'll definitely have links of all the VTubers that I've have interested in the description below. So go ahead and check that out. But let me talk about my history with VTubers before we go any further with all the different ones. Um, so I never, my first time ever thinking about VTubers was Kizuna Ai, because obvious is obvious. Um, I've heard people talk about Kazuna Ai and all that stuff, but I didn't. I was looking, I was like, oh, that's a little thing, but I didn't really put two and two together. I didn't know it was like a virtual VTuber. I thought it was like a video type thing or something. But later on, I found out that um, I found out that there are as it was starting to grow, there were more like actual classes and divisions and little groups, I should say, groups slash agencies. I'm like, oh wow, this is growing bigger than I thought. And then Q 2020 being the way it is, and me just trying to adjust with basically everyday normal life and trying to find my sanity and try to get my composure again. And I saw a tweet from one coefficient. Probably heard of him. Um, if not, the link is in the description below if you want to check his stuff out. Very funny guy. Um, he said that he's now hooked enough VTubers and he can't stop. And I'm like, I remember looking at that VTuber stuff and never think much of it. Maybe now that there's a lot more that I haven't seen, let me see what we got. So I checked out what he liked, and he liked Rusia in the beginning, and I think Corone, and I started watching both of them, and then Corone got me hooked because of the way she talks and her personality, and yeah, pretty much went through there, and then eventually found out Okayu, and then all throughout the time just going deep diving into this rabbit hole of virtual YouTubers, and like it is a journey. It is straight up a crazy journey if you're not prepared for it, which most people aren't. So yeah, it was just a straight deep dive into this world of virtual VTubers, mainly from Japan, um, which is now basically become my my new anime watch. Yeah, I can get. I pretty much blame. I do pretty much blame VTubers for making me not watch anime as much as I used to, because it's basically live action anime. Um, it's yeah, basically live action anime, and it's more genuine. I won't say like it's not all anime is genuine, but the way it is, it's like it's just them doing playing video games. Like it's like how can you not like that? I mean, people will find a way to not like that, or it's just not their taste. But I just this is a fun time. It's a straight up fun time, and I I just went down even deeper down the rabbit hole of Hololive to where I knew Mio. I love Mio. I love Subaru. I love uh Hachima. I love Watame. All the others, Coco especially. I like Coco, and then and then as I kept watching, I saw them do more collabs with other members, and that let me check out their stuff and some of the stuff that I saw. I was like, all right, you got me hooked into that. And then later on, it was Shion, and then after that, um, Aki Rosenthal, and then after that it was freaking Suisse, and after that it was freaking just more and more and more going down and down and down, and it's a treacherous drop, dude. You just go because now they're expanding more. They recently got um a new division and different cultures, like I said, not just from English, but they got one for Indonesia, which that's awesome, and they also got one for China, which I haven't really checked out, but there was like one or two that caught my eye. But I have to check out more of their translated clips. Um, but yeah, it's just like it is growing exponentially, and that's not even considering other agencies slash groups. I talked about Hololive, which is one that all those names that I mentioned beforehand. That's all from Hololive. Then we get into Niji Sanji. Niji Sanji has literally over 100 members in there, and they're not stopping unless something happens. But they are not stopping, and there's only like 5 or 6 that was able to be like that I kind of known and I was like kind of interested in. But then I didn't know, like, upon further research, that there was like over 100, like literally over 100, and it was like, that's insane. That's insane. But Niji Sanji is quite special, mainly because they don't, as where Hololive is set to be out more of idol, quote unquote idol industry, to where they have to like sing songs. Sometimes they have to like present themselves at certain standards, but that kind of gets pushed at the edge of a gate to where like they do. If you see clips of Hololive, you'll probably question yourself if you even think they're even idols at all, which honestly they kind of are. They still have their, I mean, idols, I guess, in a sense, are meant to be known as a pure type person, but in the end, this is kind of like the type of idols that we want to see. They want to see more human type idols, where you kind of see them go through their normal lives and just be people, and not just like be just dancing kid pop type things or something like that, or just appealing, or just, well, I'm phrasing this weird, but yeah, I feel like more people got more attached to these types of idols, not just because they're virtual, because it's mainly because they're human. They're a little bit more human, and that's kind of what got me into Hololive, is how a VTubers in general from Japan, they were a lot more genuine in how they just react, and just like it's just fun. It's just fun to watch. It's really wholesome at times, and it's really nice to see, and it's especially hilarious depending on who you watch, and it's really nice. And getting back to Niji Sanji, um, they're not an idol type agency at all. They're just way more freeform. They kind of let their members sort of do whatever they want. I think there are some guide rules that I haven't really checked out, but it's not as much as I would want to say Hololive. Because yeah, if you see a good chunk of the Niji Sanji people, they are way more freeform, and yeah, it's pretty nuts, pretty nuts. But I definitely do want to recommend them because they have some incredible members there, some fun members. Again, links in the description of all the channels of Vtubers that I find interesting, and as well as translators. I'm gonna put links of translators that I find enjoyable, that actually put in a good amount of work and help me reach out and see more VTubers of both Hololive and from Niji Sanji. So I'll put those in links right now. But now that I've talked about pretty much my history, it's only roughly a little over 60 minutes since I've been doing this podcast, and we gotta go more. We gotta go deeper down this rabbit hole because that is what VTubers are, man, or at least Hololive. Hololive is the rabbit hole that goes. I can't do Pet Quarters laugh. I can't do it. That's the best I can do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that weird pelican bird type noise, which honestly is maybe not that far off, but you know what? Forget it. Let's go and talk about my favorite VTubers. My favorite VTubers from Hololive. I'm gonna start with let's start with Subaru because she's been on my mind so much. Subaru is my definition of the tomboy that I've always wanted. And yes, I am a tomboy fanatic. I love tomboys. They are awesome and cool and very, very awesome. And yeah, Subaru is what I envisioned the perfect tomboy, basically. And she has a very funny voice. But it's not, but people might say it's annoying, but after you get used to it, it's nice. It's nice. I just love hearing her voice, and I just love her when she speaks and stuff. I'm just fascinated by her, and yeah, and then she has some whole she in the earlier times in the streams when she was in Hololive, she got picked on a lot, which is, I mean, it is a thing that I guess certain newcomers, or I guess if the way you act and stuff kind of gets you zero targeted as to be picked on. But yeah, Subaru is also known as Donald Duck. Why is she named after Donald? Why is she like called Donald Duck by her fans? It's because of a certain video or a certain stream that she did, which I don't think is available anymore because of stuff. She made a video stream, which is now translated. You can check those out. About her doing ASMR. And I gotta tell you, it is something that I didn't think I needed at the time, but it was what led me down to the Subaru rabbit hole, as well as the Hololive rabbit hole in a sense. But yeah, she is hilarious to me, like incredibly hilarious. Like the way she gets back and just like talks back to people that are making fun of her. It's kind of funny, but she also has nice. She also has decent comebacks at certain points, and yeah, it's hilarious. It's super hilarious, and I really cannot wait to see more of her stuff. Um, and she's literally the only other. She's literally the only person I've actually subscribed to as far as becoming a member. Like she fascinated me so much that I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go and subscribe to be her member on her birthday stream, like towards the end. So it didn't really, you didn't really see it, but it's there. I said it. I went up and said, "Hey, I'm gonna put in a super chat and join and become a member." And that is what happened. And I am a fully fledged member of the Shuba clan. So, excuse me. So, yeah. Um, okay. So next up, what's another one? What is another one? Because I pretty much talked in length about my personal favorite. Let's talk about Mio. Let's talk about Mio because Mio has recently returned after some technicalities of certain things she was streaming. But Mio is back, and Mio plus Subaru is probably one of the more wholesome things ever. Because Mio has been pretty much abducted as the Hololive mom, like the true mom. And the way she talks, the way she acts and stuff, you can definitely see it. It's really nice, and her like design is somewhat simplistic, but it's really nice. Like her, she's a wolf, and she has black hair, but with a red streak on the side, which is really nice. It's like kind of simplistic, even though like I guess the outfit could be like a little bit more like crazy with just a red and black all over. But there are times where she just wears a white t-shirt and with glasses and just like yeah, it's simple. It is very appealing and it is fitting. It's super fitting. Like here's the thing. It's crazy how like fitting these designs are with their character with their voices and characters and stuff cuz there was one member that showed up recently named Shishiro Botan. And with her original design, she looked like she would have a much more deeper like voice. Um, and when she debuted, she had like a slightly more higher pitched, somewhat nasally, and and it was like, and if you hear that and you see the way her model moves and stuff, and it's like, you know what, that actually fits. That fits. It was not what I expected, but it fits. Until you like hear that voice with the original promo art of her, and I'm like, it doesn't quite fit. You need to have that model move and have those facial expressions that she does. But yeah. So we talked to. I went and talked both two members at the same time. That's funny. Um, any more from Hololive? I'm gonna say like having it in groups was pretty neat, so that we can hear the senpai dynamic and stuff like that. That's pretty neat. Um, the collabs, depending on who's matched up, is probably one of the more funniest things they can ever imagine. Uh, and and just like there's infamous pairings that is known across the world of VTubering, the fans of VTubers. The most infamous one, or the most famous, I won't say infamous, it's actually much more wholesome than that. Excuse me. Um, it is Okayu and Korone, also known as Okon, Okon, Okono. Ah, damn it, I messed up. Uh, guess I can. look it up real quick since the computer is right in front of me. Okakoro. There it is. Okakoro. So that is the pairing of Okayu and Korone. And it is like the best pairing, one of the best pairings there in Hololive, like in general. And it's so nice. And those two actually work well with others as well, especially with Bams, which is Fubuki, which is another one I like. Fubuki, um, Ayame, Mio, as I said before, and Subaru, as I said before. So yeah, there are pairings. There are they're like very wholesome collabs and very nice stuff. And yeah, yeah, this is really fun stuff from VTubers in general. Who have an interest at all, again, links in the description of all of the VTubers that I've mentioned, as well as the translators of certain translated clips that I like to watch. And yeah, yeah, it's a fun journey. It's a weird journey. I won't say it's a fun journey depending on who you are, but it'll be a definitely a weird one. It'll be a weird one, but if you're willing to stick around, it can be a wholesome one that can help us get through 2020 a little bit better. So yeah, honestly didn't think I would have this less to say about it because it's kind of I just realized it's pretty much a straightforward topic. It's not really much depth to it. um okay, I guess I can sort of talk about my feelings on one issue, and that is uh there was an incident that happened um with one of the members of the fifth generation in Hololive named um Maalo Alone. Mano. Yeah, Mano Alone. And she made a mistake of showing something that she shouldn't have. And she got talked with supervisors and stuff, so she was planning on trying to get back into it and apologize and stuff. But it got to a point where certain members of the fandom of VTubers or just idol of the idol fan group or something like that got way too either I don't know the full details, but it got to the point where she felt like she was harassed a lot or just didn't feel comfortable, and eventually led to her graduating, aka leaving Hololive. And what's even sad about it is that she barely got in. Like we saw her for a couple of streams and a couple of collabs, but we never fully got to see her like go out and just be more like what her stream style would be for certain individual streams. Her future collabs with other members of Hololive besides the fifth gen. And it's very sad to see. It was so sad to see. And yeah, it's it's one of those things where I just sometimes your mind just can't really piece together why people would do something like that, even though the answer can be pretty obvious. But it's just something you just can't come to grips with, thinking that humans can't shouldn't be this way, yet they still can be. And it's kind of sad. And it's kind of sad as sometimes there's not really much we can do about certain stuff like that. But I mean, hopefully by this example we could probably show that things that you can do things that you do against these VTubers can be effective in like well it can affect their everyday life, I should say that. um it can affect them pretty negatively if you take it if you put it the wrong way, and it could really mess up their lifestyle. But fortunately, Alone is still doing good, doing her own thing. We don't know what that is, but we do have confirmation that she is doing well. So that's a good thing to take out of this. But it's still very unfortunate that she had to leave so early out of the Hololive group. But yeah, hopefully by this we can actually try to just tone it back a bit and just not do that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not the really type of dude that can persuade someone to something like that. I'm just letting you know. I'm just here to say that that's not cool. I'm just a dude saying that's not cool and that shouldn't be a thing that you can do. So hopefully things can turn out a lot better in the future of Hololive, as well as other members of the VTuber circle or members and all that stuff. And I just want them to be themselves and entertain us as themselves. I mean, there are some people that are doing caricatures of what they are, which is nice, but they're still being themselves. They show the bit of themselves through what they do, and it's nice. It's nice, and I want to keep that. I want to be able to have them keep that particular vibe as they do what they do, because I like that, and I know a lot of people like that as well. So hopefully that will do some type of change. And with that, I think we're gonna have to call an end to this little podcast. This is a short one. It's a pretty short one. I didn't think it would be this short, but you know what? We pretty much, I believe, hit the 30-minute mark. I mean, it's fine. But if you guys have any thoughts about this particular situation, let me know. And hopefully we can just have a good time watching VTubers and just have a good time getting through whatever it is we have to get through. So yeah. I should just end it. It sounds like I'm ending on a sad note, but I want to try to end it on a positive note by just saying like, enjoy your VTubers, enjoy them. They're here to help you try to get through this little predicament that we're in a whole lot better, and really thankful for them for being able to entertain us the way they do. So go and check them out, and I'll definitely go and check them out after I record this little podcast, and hope to see you guys next time. Take care, guys.